Hey. The meeting is being drawn. Apparently not. Are we having?
Hi.
Can you hear us, Miriam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, sorry
You might
about
want to turn the volume up on the microphone slightly. That or it's not spot close enough to your face.
lecture and mic.
Can you just apologize to Bo because
Yeah. All right, Bo. Can you hear me now? Is this better? Is this actually hooked up to anything? I'm gonna need like constant feedback here. But I'm not getting any. Marion, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll just take that as everyone can. If you can, that's not my problem anymore. We don't have quorum, just by a look at the room. So, I'm just gonna like stand here, I suppose, until quorum is reached. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are missing at least 3 to reach quorum. That's 13.
Remember back in the day, we sat out in the hallway, or go out in the hallway and ask people to come join. That's true. We signed it up right then and there.
Honorary members of Senate. Where is everyone?
You want me to go grab some people from the hallway and sign them up?
I mean, I don't think you're a good representation. Would someone else like to do that?
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
I was just offering
Who's in this call? It is like a constant, we just don't have people here.
Yeah. How do we know who's on?
I mean, I just saw
Oh, did you put it?
committee assignments.
Where's the committee assigned?
Did you assign it?
Oh, here. Oh, it's in the agenda. It's in the agenda.
Does everyone, I assume everyone has the right lane?
What's under student affairs?
Now what? I'm joking.
We're gonna hate.
No, you actually have
Let's
2
hit one,
people.
which one
Yeah, I have 2 people too. You have Megan Higgins and Alexandra. Alex, yeah, you have Alex.
He's over there.
Awesome, that's so exciting.
Of course, people can change, but like, oh wow, it's so empty. Does anyone want to like fill the void? I just don't have the energy right now.
Dakota story.
Dakota stories are empty at the moment. I don't think I have any off the cuff.
Well, midterms suck. You know.
Political science
Can I have a story prompt? Can I have a story prompt?
Public administration, thank you.
What's that?
I have a story prompt.
Okay, give me a story from.
Can you tell us the story of like the time that you were the most scared you've ever been?
The time I was most scared I've ever been? I don't know what that would be.
Meeting you.
What?
That's
Dakota and I can't even decide when we met each other. I don't think that was a story.
I don't know when I met you.
No,
You disappeared out of nowhere one day.
probably we have.
I'm gonna send a nasty email to the town.
No, we don't send nasty emails.
I send nasty emails.
What did you say?
The first time I ever knew you existed was when you were resigning, so.
Oh, yeah, isn't that funny? How come we're not here? I thought you were coming back though.
I had some things to work through, okay?
That's
I'm still working through them.
Yeah, so I would,
Yeah, talk about this semester when I come.
It's gonna be a really short meeting, no one comes.
There would be no meeting. We could go into committee break.
Well, I was gonna say, don't like. Don't we do stuff that you don't have to vote on?
Well, you can't approve the agenda without, we could just have like
You know what's a fun little trick I can do? I can just temporarily fire the ones who aren't here. You're violating my constitution.
That's a lot of paperwork.
No, it's not. Just say they're fired, and I'll rehire them after. I have a meeting today.
You're fired, but you can come back next week.
Do you have any of the contact info?
I have emails and Slack. I'll take like phone numbers. All right, then that's what we'll do. These are a list of people Well, we're missing quite a few, so Kayla's not here. Do that. And then we will do that. It was crazy. Look at them all get fired.
Here.
Okay, Megan Higgins is here. Yay. Nicholas Perez for the moment is fired. Emmanuel is fired.
Are you really fired?
Sam will show up at some point.
You cannot fire them. As overseer of the Senate, I veto that.
You can veto that. They have to follow my orders, and my orders are that they show up.
But I oversee the Senate.
Wait, so we're impeaching.
We're not impeaching people, no.
Oh.
But it's a violation. In the WC Constitution, it's a violation to not do as I said.
You will not have that.
You're asking him to step down?
No.
You guys can be clear.
You called for his resignation.
You guys can be clear. No, we got one more. We're gonna try for quorum. His plan does work, and if we have to go to that, we'll go to that. It's fine.
Just don't want everyone to go home.
It's like I brought a Game Boy. It's okay. Okay. I'm here. Megan Higgins.
Here.
Thank you. Nicholas Perez isn't here. I can see that. Griffin McGinsey.
Present.
Thank you. Emmanuel. Ben Farad Muzumba. I see him. Sam's not here. Josiah's not here. Mariam Bertapel.
I'm here.
You, Alexandra Kasprit.
Casperzak.
Thank you so much. Immaculata James, that's the second one. We're number 12 here, so Caitlin's not here, and then Abby Gernan. There. And that's quorum, just enough, thank God. Yes, we can see you, let's all clap. Do this, okay, now that we have quorum, I guess let's do it.
Nobody leave. Actually, we don't need to.
Thanks. Oh, there's more. No, we're not doing that. All right. I'm gonna share screen now. And I guess I'm gonna have to do a little flippy flop here, guys. Worry not. Share screen. Screen 2. Got it. Right on. Here we are. We're on the agenda. For those who are new, senators, there's a reason we're hiring, because we have a bit of a attendance and or staffing problem. So thank you for running. Thank you for becoming a part of this. We're going to begin with our land acknowledgement statement. We would like to recognize that Western Michigan University is located on lands historically occupied by Ojibwe, Ottawa, and Potawatomi nations. Please take a moment and to acknowledge and honor this ancestral land of the Three Fires Confederacy and the sacred lands of all the indigenous peoples with their continued presence. That was the first time I screwed that up, by the way. Moment of silence. Okay. Notes from the chair. I really don't have any. I'd like to welcome Senator Alex Kasperzak, who I didn't announce last time, and then welcome Senator Abby Gernan. These are our two newest recruits. We can slow that. So yeah, welcome to the Senate. We're glad you're here. Please don't ever leave. Approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Make the motion.
Opposition? Consent? Thank you. Opposition? Hearing none, seeing none, they've been approved. Can I get an approval of the agenda?
Motion.
I approve.
Mariam approved. Griffin, do you want a second?
Dr. Anderson is not coming.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh, so much for the,
I know, I'm sorry, I forgot.
No, you're fine.
But
when did
she's
you,
scheduled for the joint.
when did she tell you she was done? Oh, all right. Well, that frees up a lot of time. Is there any opposition to the approval of the agenda?
Someone please oppose.
Yes.
Somebody say oppose. So let's have to go through a motion to amend it. And I oppose. There's opposition.
Now we have to go to a vote.
Vote to deny the agenda.
Ideally, we now vote to deny the agenda so that we can alter it. So, all here in the room in favor of keeping the agenda, please raise your hand. All at home in favor of keeping the agenda, please use the hand raise function on Zoom. If you're a senator, if you're not, you don't get to do that. Sorry, you're good. Okay, all opposed in the room?
Raise this when you raise your hand.
Yeah, they actually want one, two, three, four. All opposed at home? No, the ears have it anyway. All right, so we're gonna edit the agenda. Would anyone like to make a motion for a revision?
You don't need to move it, it was never approved.
Oh, you're right. All right, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as it is now? Thank you. Can I get a second? Thank you to both of you. One of you, can you give me a consent?
So,
Opposition? Hearing none, seeing none, vote has been approved. We have no guest speakers anymore. We have no unfinished business. Committee breakouts are postponed until the business. So we do have committee assignments. I hope you all have looked over the agenda to see which committee you're on. But that's before the first thing where we confirm Ashley Putnam Murray as our police officer.
Dave, this one.
Use the Western one, that way they can see you.
All right, perfect. I hope everyone at home can hear me. So today we're going to do the final cabinet confirmation hopefully for the year. And it is going to be for Ms. Ashland Putnam Murray. For those of you who are aware of the cabinet structure as it currently stands, Ashley does currently serve as the vice president for diversity and inclusion. However, due to some circumstances, we have found it's necessary to put her as a dual role. One, so that we have an experienced person in this position as they oversee the election that'll happen in the spring. And two, hopefully that person is the least biased possible individual to run the election, as Ashley served last year as the head of the judicial council as chief justice. I personally feel, as well as Eric, that she is the most qualified individual to do so. For full transparency with all the senators here too, Ashley did express interest in dual rolling at our second to last cabinet meeting. So there's no opposition at the cabinet level, but I will let Ashley take it away for a brief introduction and then at Q&A. Thank you.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, guys. Well, you all know my name. I'm Ashley Putnam Murray. Right now I'm currently the VP for Diversity and Inclusion, but I am really interested in being the Vice President for Rules, Bylaws, and Associations. I have had, like Alexa said, I've had previous experience. I was the Chief Justice last year, so I actually had to work really closely with our former Vice President for Rules, Bylaws, and Association, Ruby Eagle. So I really got to understand more of what her role entails, running the student election code, running the election, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like I would be able to handle that, mostly because I've had experience with working with our Constitution and I knew how to remain unbiased. So I'm able to, fully well verse myself in that role. And I already have dealt with the Constitution, know how to interpret it, already know kind of what are some of the changes that they need to look for due to old recommendations from the prior judicial council that made. So I'm really hoping that you guys give me a chance to be able to do this. I really think I would do a good job.
The floor is now open for questions of Ashley Putnam Murray. If anyone has a question, please raise your hand at home. If you have a question, use the raise hand function or type question in the chat. Okay, ideally I'll see either. I do have a question though, if no one else here has a question.
Okay.
Okay. So, you'd be serving on 2 positions?
Yes.
Is that allowed in our constitution?
Yes.
Okay. All right. No, that's it.
And it's not unprecedented either.
Okay. Right. Coolio. Any other questions? I know some of you are new, so this might, you might not have any questions or anything to really say, and that's okay. Still below. So for some background context, we have for those who don't know, the WSA has a cabinet, the executive cabinet. They serve at the discretion of the president of the WSA, and they work in different fields. So diversity and inclusion, which is what Ashley currently holds, works to advance diversity and inclusion. Here it is, funny, it's in the name. And then rules, bylaws, and administration, they're in charge of interpreting the Constitution, and in fact, making proposing changes. Interpreting of the Constitution also falls under the Judicial Council, but for the most part, they help straighten things out in that capacity. Our Constitution, not the U.S. one, right? Because we don't care about that one. But the WSA one. So if you have any questions regarding those positions, you can ask Ashley now if you're new, or if you're not new.
I'm just gonna ask, I mean, like behalf of everyone else, because I kind of already know the answer. But the election historically has been incredibly messy. What changes do you plan to help aid that, or is it far away from that kind of history in the WSA?
So yes, that is true. Elections have been known to be kind of messy. Hopefully this year we will have an in-person election to eliminate some of the messiness that we have from last year with it being all virtual. Granted, it was really hard, but I think with everything, it was surprisingly smooth for what it could have been worse, in my opinion. But to make it a lot more easier, I am going to definitely look more at the SEC to make sure that the process is exclusively clear on how, you know, things like demerits and stuff like that work, to make sure there's no confusion on that, as well as making sure some of the rules in terms of election, like how to run it, how to campaign, are also explicitly clear as well. Just that way there's no, you know, trial for error. I know that was something that was kind of an issue last year. There was a lot of askew sometimes with those for certain people, and I just want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So really looking and just making sure that everything is crystal clear.
Thank you.
Any other questions? WC Vice President for Academic Affairs, Bobilski, asks, does Article 4, Section 5 of the bylaws not apply to the situation? I'm not against it. I'm not sure. I don't have that offhand.
I'm looking.
Eric is looking, and if Ashley, if you know offhand right now, you are also free to answer.
I actually have my bylaws. Hold on, I just have to grab it.
Article 4, Section 5. The bylaws. You know, for some of you who are new, ideally it wouldn't be this quiet. We are trying to fill the Senate. If you can fill it with more people so we can get loud and rowdy, that'd be fun. It'd be cool of you. Current open positions are on the form that a lot of you filled out.
So
If you have them, actually go ahead or here.
it says that no WSA member on the executive board shall hold more than one WSA office at any time.
However, the executive board is not the cabinet, right? That's the 3 positions at the top.
Actually, members of the executive branch.
Oh, okay.
So this is where it gets fun, because on the one hand,
You want to take like the stage so they can hear.
So this is where it gets a little tricky, because it's not unprecedented for individuals to hold multiple positions in an instance of vacancy that's already occurred through the semester, such as we're currently in. Also, There's been discussion on what counts as an office, whether that's branch or whether that's position. Just like, for example, you couldn't be a senator and a cabinet member at the same time, but is it possible to hold 2 cabinet positions? I wish Chris was here to provide some context, but like I said, it's been done historically. And as we all know, pressing times, pressing matters, so there's a possibility to amend any issues that we have through judicial council or legislation.
Oh, Chris.
Chris.
Because Article 4, something other of the Constitution, the president executive branch can hold more than one office at a time. Yeah, you define office because VP diversity has been inclusion and the RBA, there's 2 offices, or is it like?
Please take the stance, everyone can hear you.
I need to see it. Is it up
Can you pull it up and then?
The bylaws? I guess while he's doing that, I will pull up the bylaws for everyone to see. We have a website about it. For those who didn't know. No, I wanted archives.
It should just be under the about us.
And for context, RBA is supposed to give like constitution interpretation, but because we don't have one.
So in this, it talks about the composition of the executive branch, what are those offices? Those specific positions, I mean.
I'm missing Article 4.
No, it's further down.
Really so long.
There you go.
Okay, cool. Section 5.
Like, it's that one little line there.
Members of the executive branch not hold more than one WSA office at any time.
And then it mentions, it says in that, it says executive branch,
Yes.
right? Or- And then, the executive branch. And then, it says their duties, I see that in section 1. But somewhere in there, it talks about composition of the executive branch. Where is that?
I think that's in the
It
Constitution.
says executive cabinet right there above section 4. That's that weird part of executive cabinet. I'm assuming that's.
Everyone besides VPFBR
Well, that would
president.
be the, well, this has, finance and business relations, IT, public affairs, public relations, sustainability, student affairs, academic affairs, diversity, inclusion, paying quality, diversity, credit allocation, rules and bylaws.
Who with the cabinet and the president, and the vice president.
Right. Doing that then. Right, with the president, the executive council consists of these vice presidents or. Right, president, the executive vice president shall maintain higher. The executive board, see, there's so many executives, there's executive board.
Executive board, executive cabinet, executive branch.
Composition, so Article 4 says composition of the executive branch, so then, all right, that's helpful, so then the next section 1 to on down, but then still related to the executive branch. So my take would be, suggestion would really, it seems like they're close and approaching a line, so I would suggest we talk with, send it to Allison for an action.
We'll hold off now.
Yeah, is my opinion. Where I don't want to say it, but I would say that would be my opinion. Because it's close and it could be taken the way it's.
All right, with that said, then we will be dropping this section of the agenda,
Wait, table it until.
tabling this section of the agenda. Can I get a motion to table this particular item until further notice?
You gotta pick a day.
I can pick a day.
I would say, give it a time like 2 weeks.
2 weeks from now would be the joint,
Session?
at the joint session. So I will now entertain a motion to suspend or table this until the joint session of the legislature being held 2 weeks from today, whatever that date is. October. That is a senator thing. Senators have to do, I mean, I can't.
I make a motion to table this.
Thank you so much. Is there a second? Consent? Thank you. Any opposition? Hearing none, seeing none, we will be tabling this item. If I can get control of this again until our next joint session. Okay. With that, then we'll move right on to committee assignments. Everyone has been assigned to a committee that is currently sitting in the Senate as of right now. I hope you all had a chance to look over and see which committee you are in. Has everyone had that opportunity? Not a head shake. Does anyone have any issues with their current assignment? Okay. Remote, does anyone at home have an issue? Hearing none, seeing none. Okay, cool. Ideally, I would like to enter into committee breakouts, so everyone can sort of get to know their people, but it is a little hard with us missing half the Senate and half of us being online. So, but it's not explicitly said. Yes.
Question, if we decide, maybe push this until next week, I mean, when we come back,
Well, next week we won't be here.
if we cooperate, the following week. So
Following
that gives
week
us
is
ample time.
Joint Senate or joint session, so we can do it then. Following we get to that, that's fine, I guess.
But that can't come from the obvious.
Yeah. Constitutionally, I mean, the committees have to start working on something soon. And we had the same issue last year where the committees didn't have anything. We had to do that year where everyone co-signs one piece of legislation. It's not specifically said that we're doing that, so I'd like to ask the Senate if the Senate would like to enter into some form of committee breakouts with their committee chairs. With a majority vote, so someone would have to make a motion to vote on doing that if they so want to. If no one wants to, just don't say anything, and we'll move on. Make this a very short meeting. For those who are new, by the way, normally, I'd like to say normally it's more lively and we need more stuff. It's a lot of housekeeping right now. Please don't be discouraged. We do actual stuff. We do deal with neat things, but a lot of housekeeping is really in the air.
So, I can't hear you clearly right now, but I just wanted to know, when was a good time to say a few things from my end?
Say things about committees or say things about something else?
About like, some arrangements I've made with the dean.
Okay, we'll save that for the senator, notes from the senators, so that's at the end.
Okay.
Right on. Cool. Hearing none, seeing none, we will not enter into committee breakouts. That pretty much ends the meeting in majority. We'll go to announcements. There is no Senate meeting next week. Please don't come. We won't be here. That's due to fall break. Please enjoy your fall break if you can. Because we don't get, enough breaks. Anyway, now we're into adjournments. Notes from the senators. So Marion, if you'd like to go first, you have the stage.
I just wanted to say that I have a meeting scheduled with the dean of the graduate college next week, Wednesday. And I was gonna talk to the speaker, Dakota, to try to see like what questions, because I have my questions that I want to ask, but I just wanted to run them by him, and I'm gonna send him an email. And then there was a lady that wanted to talk about a childcare center that they're trying to build at Western, and and I just actually worked on the business plan for that one, and I was just wondering if it was okay to have her like talk at probably like the joint meeting. But I talked to Dakota about it, and I think he's gonna try to arrange something. But I just wanted to let everybody know what was going on my end.
Right, yes, I emailed her and actually copied Alicia on that. Ideally, she'll get back to us soon, and then we'll forward her to Eric if she'd like to talk at the joint. But thank you for that update. You're doing great work, Miriam. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Any other senators have anything they'd like to say?
I just have a question.
Yes.
Is there another senator from the Arts College? I don't remember.
Good question.
I feel like I saw like in the chat one day.
There is, I think it's Sam Longman. It is Sam Longman.
Yep.
Yeah. So he is on a bit of a, I don't want to say sabbatical. He was excused from Senate until further notice for personal issues. So I'll put you in contact with him as soon as that's all. So you guys can work together.
Yeah, I just want to know because of that.
Okay. Maggie?
I actually have the same question, but for the.
Health Radiation had someone, they couldn't make the meetings, so there isn't anyone now.
Okay.
Feel free.
I work with her as a mentor for the TRIO program, but you're like every other week, so I just haven't been able to ask.
Yeah, so she couldn't make the times, and we were having a communication issue. So the position is open. So if you have someone else you know who might want to fill the position, you want to work with.
The ADHD student council president asked if there was someone else. I don't know. I know.
Yeah, currently it is just you. So that position is open. Please report. We'd love to have more people in this place. Awesome. Any other questions from senators or any other things they want to remark? Seeing and hearing none, that is notes from cabinet. Does cabinet have any notes? Doesn't mind.
Oh, no, not right now. So I have a meeting this Friday with Dr. Montgomery. If any of you, senators, cabinet, anybody in general, spectating, have things or issues of concern that you'd like me to bring up with him, please let me know. Planning on just talking about the debrief from the banquet on Friday, as well as talking about some student issues related to COVID rollout. I don't know if any of you have seen already, but we do have the vaccination rates back on the dashboard for the first time. So that's really cool and exciting win for us. But then also just like keep pushing forward and talking about how some COVID restrictions are becoming more lax, how can we make sure that those are reinvigorated. And then I know we wanted to talk to him about the bright pillars. So if you have anything else at all, any issues of concern, WSA, non-WSA, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to bring it up. Thank you.
I got something from Bob.
Yeah, go ahead if you want to read the law.
Oh, that beats up.
I mean, I can read it a lot.
You got it.
From Vice President of Academic Affairs, Bo Bilski, he has an update. He says he has a meeting with Provost Scott tomorrow morning. Please email him with any academic concerns you or your constituents may have at WSA_academic@WMISH.edu. That email will also be including emails of everyone else who has asked for something. Will be in the minutes, so keep an eye out for that. Any other outs?
Hi, everyone. Happy Western Wednesday. I just want to let everyone know that the Voters Not Politicians /WSA redistricting event has been canceled and postponed until sometime after fall break. I just thought that it was originally supposed to be on the 18th. I thought that with midterms and everything, everybody should just deserve a break and not have to worry about any other commitments except midterms. Also, just a heads up, election day is coming. Election day is Tuesday, November 2nd. So I would just ask you all to start figuring out what is your election day plan. If we do have classes on that day, so if you're registered to vote here in Kalamazoo, depending on where you live, you can vote up in the Bernhardt Center, but then you would just have to find your polling location, which you can find that at michigan.gov/vote. And then for those who are registered to vote back at home, make sure you request your absentee ballot if that's the route you want to go down, or make a plan to have to drive home on election day to vote. But I just want to get you guys aware of what's going on coming up soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from cabinet? Please.
Okay, so I think Eric mentioned this for me last week, but the Office of Sustainability is doing some cool events at the Gibbs House on the 29th, I believe. So that should be super fun. Sign up now with all your friends. The other thing is we're still looking to fill spots in the allocations committee for the sustainability grant. So if you know anybody who's interested, let me know. I'm going to send an email too. And last thing, Senator Alex brought up a good point to me of the We Sustain internship. I think the application is due November 2nd, but it's a really great opportunity to work with the Office of Sustainability.
Awesome, thank you. Anyone else?
Okay, so just a reminder that mental health week is scheduled for November 1st through 5th. Charles and I are working a lot on that. We're really excited, so we're going to be asking for volunteers for events soon, so if anybody's available, just kind of look at your schedule to see when you might be available to help out. The other thing, I don't know if you were all here, but a few weeks ago, we had a presentation from the college had program, and they're trying to launch a housing finding website for off-campus living and on-campus living for students. So if anybody wants to, they sent me a demo link for the website. So if anybody wants to take a look at that and give me some input or feedback, you can come look at it either after the meeting or just email me. I can send you the link. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Anyone else from cabinet? If you're in the chat at home, just say here. Remember, I still had Ashley pinned, so she's just been viewed by all. For the rest of the meeting. With that said, we would move on to public comment, but doing a look around the room, we have no public individuals. So, to honor the agenda, I guess I should offer that out there, but I'm going to offer it for 1 second. And that second has passed. With that, I will now take a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Make the motion to adjourn.
Consent? Opposition? Hearing none, seeing none, we have adjourned at 5:06 p.m. Please enjoy your evening. The House of Representatives meeting starts at 6. You can hang around till then or hang through the House of Representatives meeting if you would like. Otherwise, all of you have a good night, especially those at home. If anyone has any questions, please, I'll be here. All right, so thanks so much for asking. Well, you have to ask.
I know, but you know, the speaker.
Yeah. Like my backyard is like this big and then it's yeah.
I thought it was a cool idea.
Yeah. They've done it so much that now it's like. Yeah. We just have like a bunch of random people parking lot.
These
spots. Yeah, and especially when everything, all the stuff is happening at a critical level. It's like we hear all of it.
Oh, wow. I will.
Yeah, we have like all the dude.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
Yeah, they're like.
What can you link to that? There's a lot of like casual conversation there.
I'm surprised you don't have, I wasn't in our house for years.
Yeah, that was something that I'm getting concerned about. There's a lot more crime.
And my landlord next to me was, no, there's all the day, so there's been an increase in like violence, they say, and like, it's not creepy. Yeah, but like, Ashley Clark got. Oh, I literally.
I don't even know. Was there anything you were talking
I love it.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you.
No, you're good.
Yeah, when all the power went out, I was really about to go to bed.
I think like right
And then I
after
got
I
it
got
after
back, I like went out to the house.
weekend, I was like, hold on, hold on. And fraternity village got extra crazy after all the power went out, like one of the fraternities got the house called over them, another one. I did too. It's Calvin too. I like.
No, it's us. That got all the people.
about?
So, wait.